Hey there, tech wizards. Emma here, and today we're diving into the world of logical design in our Know Thy Network series. So buckle up because we're about to get real nerdy. All right, think of logical design as your network's brain map. It's where we take all those big ideas about what our network is supposed to do, like keeping our business running or protecting our data, and we put it all down on paper. Or, well, into a diagram. Now, we've talked about why we need networks, right? It's all about those critical functions, hitting our goals and making sure everything works like a charm. Logical design is our next step. It's like zooming in. We start looking at the pieces, workstations, servers, all that good stuff, and figure out how they function, not just by themselves, but how they play nice with each other. Imagine you're making a map, but instead of roads and rivers, you've got icons for every device on your network. This map or network diagram shows how everything connects. It's like a treasure map to understanding your network's communication paths. We're not going into the nitty-gritty yet, no talk about security patches or how tough we've made our systems. Right now, we're just laying out the basics. We're focusing on the big players we've already mentioned, but guess what? This map will grow. As we learn more, we'll add more devices, more functions, making our diagram a richer, more detailed picture of our network. But here's the thing, this isn't the end. This logical map is just the foundation. We'll build on this later, adding layers of security, diving into the specifics of each component. That's for the next part of our journey into network architecture. Let's break this down a bit more. When we talk about logical design, we're mapping out how data should flow through our network. Each device, be it a workstation, server, or even a printer, has its place. They all need to communicate, but how? That's what we're figuring out. Think of each device as a character in a story. They have roles, they interact, and together they achieve something. In our network story, these characters are linked by pathways of data, each with its own purpose and direction. Now, when we look at this diagram, we're seeing the network's lifeblood, the information flow. This isn't just about where things are placed, but how they're connected. Every line on this diagram represents a conversation between devices. It's like the network's social network, but instead of likes and comments, it's about data packets and requests. And as we keep adding to this diagram, we're not just increasing complexity, we're enhancing security. Understanding this layout allows us to pinpoint where firewalls should go, where traffic needs monitoring, and where we might need to beef up our defenses. But remember, this isn't the end game. This logical design is a stepping stone. We'll use it to delve into more detailed aspects of our network, like how secure each piece is or how we can make it even more efficient. We're laying the groundwork now for those deeper dives later. Now let's expand on this concept. Logical design isn't static, it evolves with your network. As your organization grows, so does your network's complexity. This means that the diagram you create today might look very different in a year or even a month. You'll add new servers for new projects, routers for expanded locations, or security measures for new threats. One key aspect of logical design is understanding the communication flow. How does data move from one end of your network to another? Imagine you're sending an email from your laptop to a colleague's phone. What path does that email take? This is where your diagram becomes invaluable, showing not just the physical connections, but the logical ones, the paths data might take through your network. And while we're focusing on the big picture now, don't forget that each device has its own role. A server might store and manage data, a router might direct that data where it needs to go, and a firewall might protect that data from unwanted visitors. Understanding these roles is crucial for a good logical design. Moreover, logical design helps in troubleshooting. If there's an issue with data flow, you've got your map to guide you. You can trace the path, check each node, and see where the problem might lie. It's like being a digital detective, and your network diagram is your evidence board. But we aren't stopping at just mapping out devices. We're also starting to think about how we can secure this setup. Even though we're not detailing every security measure yet, we're setting the stage for that discussion. For example, where would be the best place to put an intrusion detection system? How do we ensure data isn't just moving, but moving safely? Another thing to consider is scalability. Your network isn't going to stay the same size forever. As your business expands, you'll need to scale up your network. Logical design helps you plan for this growth. Where do you add new servers? How do you manage the increased load on your network? It's all about foresight and planning. And let's not forget about redundancy. What happens if one of your key components fails? Your logical design should include backups and alternative pathways for data to flow. This way, if one route is down, your network can reroute traffic, keeping your operations running smoothly. Also, think about the user experience. How does the logical design affect how quickly users can access resources? If your design is inefficient, it could slow down everything from web page loads to file transfers. A well-thought-out logical design can make everything run more smoothly for everyone. Now let's talk about integration. Your network isn't an island. It connects with other networks, services, and even the internet. How does your logical design accommodate these external connections? This is crucial for things like cloud services or when you're interfacing with partner networks. And here's a fun fact. Logical design can also help in cost management. By understanding your network's needs at a logical level, you can avoid unnecessary expenditures on hardware or software that you don't actually need. It's about making smart, informed decisions. So, why should you care about this? Because understanding this design isn't just about knowing your network, it's about mastering it. It's about making sure every part of your network is not just doing its job, but doing it securely, efficiently, and in a way that supports growth. And if you're into this kind of cyber stuff as much as I am, stick around. I've got more content lined up that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Whether you're a pro or just starting, we're in this together, exploring the digital world one diagram at a time. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for more exciting cyber adventures. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and stay secure, my friends.